So before we begin, let us offer our prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Ram. This slogan has gained a lot of popularity these days, and especially after the Sri Ram Mandir was rebuilt at Ayodhya Dham. All Indians, they tell this slogan, Jai Shri Ram, every now and then. And I see a lot of people writing that also here on the comments. But what does it actually mean? What does it mean to say Jai Shri Ram? Is it just a mere religious or a political slogan? But what actually it means? If you want to know what it actually means, what should be the feelings in your heart when you say Jai Shri Ram, or when you hear the slogan when others say it? For that, we have to study the Valmiki Ramayana. Valmiki Ramayana talks about Lord Rama. Now, when I say Lord Rama, he's not just merely a religious figure, but Lord Rama is an epitome of wonderful qualities. In today's age, where more emphasis is given for one's qualifications in terms of abilities and talents, and not so much importance is given for character building and values, I feel the study of Ramayana is so evident. I mean, it is so important today. The more we give importance for our abilities and talents, and less importance is given to character, as a society, somewhere down the line, I feel that we are failing. And that is why Valmiki Ramayana should be studied. Because Valmiki Ramayana teaches us what are those wonderful qualities which make Lord Rama so special, that he is remembered even after many, many centuries of his appearance. Right? So today we will begin formally the study of Valmiki Ramayana. I have planned 21 modules, 21 topics based on interesting anecdotes from Valmiki Ramayana. And I'm sure all of you, I'm very happy to see so many of you joined for today's session. That's very good. And I hope to see all of you every day for the remaining 21 days, the remaining 20 days as well. So I have planned some 21 topics based on various anecdotes from Ramayana. So before we actually get into the main plot or the main story of Ramayana, which many of us are familiar with quite, we will talk about some not so well-known incidents before how this Valmiki Ramayana was compiled and what led to the whole thing. We are going to talk about it tomorrow also. So today and tomorrow we talk about that. So today, the search, as Santosh was talking about, search. All of us are searching in our lives. What are we searching after? Someone might be searching after knowledge. Someone must be searching after name and fame. Someone might be looking for some role model. And many, many things we are looking for in our life. And based on what we are searching, our questions and conversations with people will also be decided. Suppose somebody is searching for a good success in his business, whenever he meets anybody, every now and then he will definitely talk about something connected with business. Or he will actually search after those people who are good at business and he will try to learn their tricks and tips, isn't it? In the same way, based on what we are searching after, how our whole life gets redesigned. Now, this happens in a very subtle way. So, somebody's search led to the telling of this great story of Lord Rama. In fact, the word Ramayana, what is the meaning of this? Rama, Ayana. Ayana means the path traversed by Rama. The path traversed by Rama, that is Ramayana. So Ramayana is not just a religious book. It is actually giving us practical tips on how to lead a good quality life, a great quality life based on one's character, right? So who are these two people who began this conversation about Lord Rama? Yes, as Santosh mentioned in the beginning, two great personalities. Narad Muni, he was questioned by another great sage, sage Valmiki, Maharshi Valmiki, whom we call as Adi Kavi. He is the first among the poets in the known history of mankind, and his Ramayana is called Adi Kavya, the first epic poetry describing the wonderful qualities and activities of Lord Ramachandra. So, what was the question? So, I would like to read from the Mula Ramayana, the very first shloka of the Balakanda of Ramayana. Tapaswadhyaya niratam tapasvi vagvidam varam naradam paripapracha Valmikir Muni Pungavam. This is the first shloka of the 24,000 shlokas of Valmiki Ramayana. Shloka means a verse, right? So, what is this talking about? Here it says there were two people. One is Narad Muni, and Narad Muni is described here as a person who is always absorbed in tapaha. Tapaha means austerity, tapasya, as we all know. Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means in the study of the Vedas. And he was Vagvidam. He was the best among the speakers. We will talk about it, why he's called the best among the speakers. Vagvidam Varam, the best among the speakers. And he is also called Muni Pungavam. He's also the best among the sages, right? Saintly persons. Unto such Narada Muni, Valmiki Muni asked, Paripapracha means he asked, he put forward certain questions. Now, if you notice one interesting thing, whether it is the Upanishads or the Mahabharata or this Ramayana or any literature connected with our Indian Vedic culture, we always see the literature begins with a quest, begins with a search for answers, search for wisdom, search for knowledge. What are these Vedic scriptures teaching us through this beginning of the scriptures with questions? These scriptures are teaching us that we must be truth seekers in life. That is very important. Somewhere in the busy schedule of our day-to-day lives, we lose that spirit of inquiry which we used to have in our childhood. I'm sure all of us must have asked very interesting, rather some kind of disturbing questions sometimes to your parents in your childhood innocence. I remember asking my mother, after seeing the photo album of my parents' wedding, I asked them out of innocence, Why am I not there even in a single picture? Why didn't you invite me for your wedding? So, of course, I didn't know what is the meaning of that question at that time, but I had this question in mind. So, in childhood, we ask a lot of questions. We try to seek clarity about each and everything that we come across in our lives, especially when we are children, too curious, right? The spirit of inquiry is at its peak in the childhood. But somewhere when we grow up, we become so busy in various aspects of our life that we somehow lose this spirit of inquiry. The Valmiki Ramayana is teaching us in the very first shloka that please do not forget or please do not give up your spirit of inquiry. Only when you ask the right questions to the right person, you will actually get the right answers in your life. And that's very important. So, being a truth seeker is so important. So, Narad Muni, he was a learned person. Muni Pungavam, he's a learned person. And Tapaha Swadhyaya Niratam, he was always absorbed in tapasya. Tapasya means what? Tapasya means to lead a simple life, not being too much attracted to a luxurious lifestyle. In fact, today we see people living in high-rise buildings. We have a lot of high-rise buildings. But where is our thinking? Our thinking has become so low. Tapasvi means a person who is not interested in external extravagance, but he is more interested in high thinking. Simple living and high thinking is what makes you a tapasvi. When we hear such words, oh, maybe somebody in Treta Yuga, somebody was a tapasvi. I think it's not for me. We may think like that, but no. Every truth seeker must be a tapasvi. You must fall in love with truth. That's life. In fact, the word philosophy means to fall in love with truth. We must be truth seekers in our life. So Valmiki Rishi is a truth seeker because he's going to ask a certain set of questions to Narad Muni. But Narad Muni, he himself is a truth seeker, and that is why he's capable of answering these questions of Valmiki Rishi. So that is tapasvi. And then tapas swadhyaya niratam. He was always absorbed in study. This is also very important. It's not that he said, anyway, I know all the truth now. I'll just go everywhere and talk about the truth to people, and I shall enlighten the ignorant souls because now I have got the truth. No, but he himself is always absorbed in deepening his understanding of the truth. That is the meaning of Swadhyaya Niratam. Like we see a professor, before he goes and gives a lecture, he himself has to absorb himself in the subject matter, right? He has to study well, right? Otherwise, he will lose touch of the concepts and he will not be able to explain it to his students properly. So Narad Muni, even though he was an enlightened being, Muni Pungavam, but he was Swadhyaya Niratam. He was always absorbed in the cultivation of knowledge. So in the very first shloka, Valmiki Muni is urging us, please be a truth seeker in life and maintain spirit of inquiry, which we generally lose after childhood. And thirdly, be a person with simple living and high thinking. Be a tapasvi. In fact, this is what Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also. Now let us quickly have a look at the questions that Valmiki Rishi asks Narad Muni. He says, Kon vasmin sampratam loke gunavan kaschaviryavan. See, he gives a list of 16 qualities, right? And he says, my dear Narad Muni, Since you travel everywhere, all over the world, unhindered, and you also are a great, knowledgeable person, can you please tell me who is that person? Who is that person who is currently having these 16 qualities? Is there anybody who is endowed with these 16 qualities? He says. The first one is Gunavan, a person with good qualities. Then Viryavan, a person who is very powerful. Dharmagnya, a person who knows the real meaning of dharma. Kritagnya, a person who is grateful for the favors that he receives from others. Kritagnya, being grateful. Satyavan, a person who is always standing for the truth. Dridhavrataha, a person who is very determined. Right? And then Charitrena cha koyuktaha, a person who has pristine character, good character. Then Sarva Bhuteshu Kohitaha, a person who is always interested in doing good to others. Sarva Bhuteshu Hitaha. Then Vidwan. Vidwan means a person who is scholarly, who has in-depth knowledge of the subject matter. Vidwan. And then Samartha. Samartha means who is very capable. He's capable. When he takes up some job, some work, he makes sure that he successfully completes it. He's Samarthyashali, Samartha. And then Ekapriya Darshanaha, one who is very beautiful to look at, right? One who is very good to see, pleasing to see in all circumstances. Then Atmavan. Atmavan means one who is situated on the spiritual platform. Jitakrodaha, one who has conquered anger. Iman, one who is effulgent or splendorous, one who's very famous, basically, Dyutiman. And then Anasuyakaha, one who never envies others, who is Anasuyakaha. Then Kasya Bibhyati Devascha Jata Roshasya Samyuge. Who is that person who is so powerful that even the Devatas are afraid of fighting against? So these are the 16 qualities which Valmiki Rishi listed out. And he said, Konvasmin Sampratam Loke. Who is that person who is currently living in this world, who is endowed with all these wonderful qualities? This is the question that Valmiki Rishi asked Narad Muni. From this we understand, just because I have the ability to speak, should I ask any kind of question? No, when I get the right person, I should know what is the right question to ask that person so that I can get the maximum benefit of his association, of his presence. This is very important. So from this we also understand we must be gunagrahi. Gunagrahi means what? We must be interested to note the good qualities in others. Valmiki Rishi himself was a realized soul because he had done tapasya for a long time and he had gained a lot of knowledge. But he was not simply trying to praise himself, but he was trying to find out, is there a person in this world who has a noble character, who has good qualities? So we should actually search for goodness in our life. This is very important. It is a natural instinct in all of us to search for good qualities in others, right? That is why we make somebody as our role model. We become fans of somebody. When do we become fan? When do we admire others? When the other person's good qualities really touch our heart. We are actually inspired by their goodness. Then we make that person as our role model. We become a fan of that person. We admire and adore that person. So from the first 4 shlokas of Valmiki Ramayana that we just now read, we learn that we should constantly be searching for goodness within ourselves. Of course, we should also be searching for goodness in others. That is very important, right? I will just end with one interesting analogy. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. The Srimad Bhagavatam gives a wonderful example. One kind of people are those who are like honeybees, right? What does a honeybee do? Wherever it goes, it is always interested to go and sit on a flower which is fragrantly smelling. It's interested in the nectar of that flower. Even if the honeybee by chance enters a place which is dirty, it will not settle down there. A honeybee always goes and searches after nectar in the flowers, sweet smelling flowers, and it goes and sits on the flower only. Whereas there's another kind of insect, the housefly. Now, where does the housefly go and sit? Even if there are so many fragrant flowers in a place, in a well-maintained garden, the housefly or a fly will always go and sit not on any of those flowers. It goes and sits on some dirt, isn't it? The Bhagavatam says, similarly, we can have a honeybee mentality in life where we only search for goodness in others, goodness in any given situation, or we can search for mistakes, errors, problems, and frailties of others. So the choice is with us. If you search for honeybee, if you are like a honeybee, if you search for the good, then you can become like Valmiki, produce such a wonderful literature as Valmiki Ramayana, which is continuing to inspire millions of people, generations after generations. But if we are like a fly, we only feel bad about this world, bad about ourselves, and create more negativity in this world. So Valmiki Ramayana is teaching us, constantly search for truth, search for goodness, right? In fact, this is what the Vedic scriptures say. Asatoma sadgamaya. Don't be interested in temporary reality. Don't be interested in fakeness. Go to reality. From asat, go to the sat, the light of knowledge, right? So these were some of the points that I thought I should share in today's session. So we should actually be constantly searching. When the disciple is ready, then the teacher arrives. So Valmiki Muni, if he's asking such questions, that means he must have already be contemplated. He must have already contemplated on all these 16 qualities. And that is why the moment he met a suitable person, knowledgeable person as Narad Muni, he immediately asked these questions. Can you please tell about a person who has all these wonderful qualities? I want to know if such a person exists. So this is the question that Valmiki Rishi asked. And like Valmiki Rishi, let us also search for truth, search for reality in life. Right? So with that, we come to the end of this discussion of today's topic, the search. Now, the easiest way to search for goodness in our life is to be connected with the supreme good. And the supreme good is Lord Rama, as we are going to understand in the next 20 sessions. We're going to understand why we should actually adore Rama. What is the stuff that Valmiki Ramayana talks about that was there in Rama that we're going to explore in the next 20 days? But today, let us start our journey by connecting with Rama. How do we connect with Rama? Rama is easily available in the form of his holy name. When we chant Rama's name, we directly get connected with Lord Rama. So we are now going to chant. I request all of you, in fact, to join me. For 11 times, we are going to chant this Maha Mantra. And this Maha Mantra is called the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. I'm sure you must have come across this. The mantra is very simple. I chanted this in the beginning of the session as well. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So let us all chant this mantra together for 11 times. And when you're chanting this, you must understand that Rama, you're becoming dear to Lord Rama. Rama is present in his holy name. Krishna is present in his holy name. So let us begin this mantra meditation. Please chant along with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Siyavar Ramachandra ki Jai, Jai Shri Ram. Now